Hi, I'm Luke from LV Life and welcome to your quick tarot for week commencing the 24th of June. I'm here at the Petrock Holiday Cottages ready to start my weekend retreat with my fabulous retreaters that will be arriving any moment. And so before I do that, I thought I'd make sure I did these tarot readings for you. Now, did you check out last month's readings? Last week even, or last month? You can do that by just visiting my channel and looking back at last week to see if any of that stuff came into fruition for you. I always like to know, I love when I get your comments and I like to know what's been happening for you. Now remember, the timestamps will be with this video, so you can just forward to your sun, moon and rising signs whenever you're ready. So I will start with 3 cards for the general energies and then I'll do sign by sign. Let's have a look what we got. First card out, the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Second and third cards, the 9 of Cups reversed and the World reversed. Lots of reversed energy again. Seems to be a theme at the moment this month. I'll put them upright so you can see. So, I mean, wow, first of all, because this is one of my absolute favourite cards. This is a fantastic card, and this is a real kind of self-assured card. So there's a lot going on here that's really excellent energy generally in the world for this week. Also, it's summer solstice, so I'm actually filming this on the Friday. Yesterday was the summer solstice, so, you know, obviously that's just a lot of wonderful sunshine energy happening. When we look at this, we can see the 10 of Pentacles, and here you've got this old guy that's sat on one side of the arch, and then there are these 2 dogs and this child that can see that person on the other side of the arch, these 2 people that are unaware of this person, and then this big tower in the background. So a lot going on. The reason that I love this is, for me, this old person represents spirit. Somebody in spirit looking out for you, whether you believe in spirit guides or afterlife or family members or whatever. My belief is that somebody in spirit here is looking out for you and they're guiding you from the dark side to the light side. And on the light side, we've got this tower. And we know that in the tarot, we have the tower card, which is when everything comes crashing down. But it clears the path for something new, something better, something that's more in alignment for you. So really what we're seeing here, thinking of the dark side, thinking of that tower moment when everything came crashing down, but the 10 also represents completion and this transition, right? So we're really getting to the point where you're finding your new tower, where things are becoming better for you generally in life, but more importantly, because it came out in this reverse position, feeling better for you internally, like really connecting with self-worth and understanding who you are, why you've been through everything that you have, and what that equates to, the kind of person that you are now versus who you were before, the growth that you've been through, everything that has kind of made it worth the journey. And this person's been hand-holding you the whole way, right? So that's quite interesting. Then we've got the World card. I mean, without breaking into the whole world in his hands, this is a card that obviously gives you a lot of confidence that, you know, the universe, the world is supporting you, and that there are opportunities and options out there just waiting for you. The nudity in the card here always represents kind of vulnerability and exposure, but it also for me really represents honesty and truth and authenticity. So I don't know if through this process, from finding that darkness to the light, one tower to the other, you've really started to connect with your authentic self and understand what that means and who you are. And that then in turn brings opportunities for you. You have even opportunities in the terms of like light bulb moments and aha moments and just realizations and self-acceptance and self-love, like all of that stuff. So I do really feel like you're in a good place. And the other thing here is we've got this 9 of Cups. So you can see here this guy has got all these cups lined up on that shelf behind him. He's sat there kind of like that, almost a little bit defensive, a little bit protective. But this really is kind of showing you really, if it were upright, I would say like really sorting out the people in your life, knowing who is who, what their strengths are, how they support you and uplift you, and then not necessarily letting other people in. because, you know, you feel good and solid and you don't feel the need to go out and find new people to support you and uplift you. But in this reverse position, I feel like this is the people inside you, all of the facets of yourself, all of the negative committee inside your head, all of the people, a bit like that movie Inside Out, which is topical at the moment, right? Because the second one's out and I can't wait to see it. But all of the aspects of your kind of inner self really coming together, really being solid and kind of ducks in a row, but internally having your ducks in a row. And not letting the external world affect that. That's just defensiveness, just not allowing the external world to affect that. So these are really positive, strong cards, right? Let's see what else we've got going. So let's start with Taurus. Taurus, we have got Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So look, you know the phrase, the bird in the hand is worth two in the bush? Whatever that means. This is very much about things blossoming and blooming, but recognizing that and really appreciating kind of what you got. So you don't necessarily need to do the striving for more anymore, because actually you need to notice how far you've come. But in the reverse position, again, internal worth. So how far have you come? How good are you feeling about yourself? Have you even stopped to recognize that? Have you even stopped to give yourself a pat on the back and kind of observe how far you've gone, and to cheer yourself on, and to kind of really celebrate and accept who you are now? Like, have you even stopped to recognize that? So I feel like there might be like a penny dropping kind of moment this week where you're going, I can see how the whole journey was worth it, and I get it. And I see how far I've come, and I understand the value of that. And I don't need to keep striving to make myself perfect. I just need to recognize how freaking good I am now. So that's what that's about for you, Taurus. Then we've got Virgo. Ace of Wands, also in reverse. Ace of Wands, the hand coming out of the cloud like a gift from the universe. Really, more importantly here, like, if you'd written a list about yourself a year ago, 5 years ago, whatever, or as a child even, you know, what would that list have said? You know, maybe I want to be kinder, I want to feel happier, I want to feel whatever. You know, what is that list that you would like to have described yourself as? And I think that now that the universe has delivered that, I think that you really are going, oh yes, it all makes sense. And this is the general theme, it seems to be. Like, you know, everything just kind of clicking into place. And I think that, again, the universe has been waiting to deliver this kind of epiphany moment for you, of really recognizing how you are now the person that you always wanted to be, right? Or you're really starting to feel good about yourself. But then I also think that then opportunities are going to present themselves going forward. But I think, like, opportunities that have always been there on your timeline, opportunities that perhaps the universe has been waiting to present to you when you were ready, and now you're ready. Right, Capricorn. Oh, the first upright. Six of Pentacles. This is like restoring the balance. You can see the scales and giving back here. So again, I think that similar to some of the others, I think that you're in a great place now, that you can really start thinking about, how do I return that favor to the world? How do I give back? What can I do more of that will kind of help improve, restore balance to other people and just generally in the world? Perhaps places or people that you've made mistakes with. Maybe there's an opportunity, not necessarily for rectification in the sense of going back and apologizing or trying harder or whatever, but maybe in a sense of, well, I can move forward doing better and not repeat things over again. So yes, this real kind of opportunity to think and feel and act in a way that's much more giving rather than taking. All right, Sagittarius. Oh, the sun upright. I mean, look, naked baby riding around on a horse. What more do you want? Sunflowers, sunshine, very beautiful. So this is lots of golden sunshine energy, very appropriate for the solstice. But more than anything, it's like this real joy and stepping into just wonder, like exploration and wonder and excitement and adventure, and just like things, everything just feeling good, like everything just feeling good for you this week. So that's good. Really nice week for you. Leo. Four of Cups in reverse. Again, the hand coming out the clouds, so almost like a gift from the universe, but I think like this aha moment more so. There's a bit of contemplation going on as he sits under this tree. Cups are more in this in reverse position about kind of your inner emotional turmoil or thoughts or feelings about yourself or life or whatever's driving you insane at the moment in your head. But I think that it's time to contemplate, right? It's time to just sit back and observe that stuff. And this is how you get that aha moment. When you observe what's going on for you, you start having, and you're not sitting there wondering kind of why is it happening to me, and woe is me or whatever, but you're actually just observing it from this neutral perspective and having kind of a curiosity and thought process around, but why? But not from a place of victim, but from a place of curiosity. I think that then that light bulb moment will come, that epiphany, that aha for you. So that's quite good. I'm just checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leo, we're down to Aries. All right. Oh, Aries. We've got the 3 of Swords in reverse. I mean, stabbed in the heart 3 times. That doesn't sound very pleasant. But really, particularly in this reverse position, it's about what is causing you pain inside currently. And what can you do to start overcoming that? So when we connect with these other cards that we had at the beginning, actually these are all very positive, and particularly this transition here from the darkness to the light. So with this one, like where are the pain points, and what can you do from a self-healing perspective, like whether that's just thought process or contemplation or I'm talking about external stuff, I'm not saying go and get a massage or some therapy or whatever, but from an internal perspective, how can I feel better about these pain points? Like, what were the reasons for these pain points? What was in it for me? So not about being a victim, not what happened, why did it happen to me, but why did it happen for me? So just starting to reprocess some of these pain points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we're down to Aries, I think. Gemini, sorry. I need to do a better job of listing these down. Gemini, we've got the 10 of Wands. You're at the last hurdle, right? You can see this person's been carrying these heavy wands, maybe a bit weary, but in the background there, you can see the village is in sight. And 10 is completion. So I really think that stuff coming into fruition for you, in a sense of everything that you kind of wanted and desired, perhaps things you had on your vision board, are starting to come into play. Like they're right in sight now, and they're just literally about to happen. So really good stuff in terms of the physical stuff in the world that you really wanted to bring into light is actually coming in now, is actually happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aquarius. Fellow Aquarians. How are you? Right. What have we got? Oh, that tower. So we've already talked about the tower in that 10 of Pentacles earlier. So the tower is when everything comes crashing down to clear the path for something new. I feel like there's a focus on the tower then. Perhaps it's to focus on what was that thing that happened that caused all of this, and like that, and then snowballed into whatever's coming to light this week. But I think that there's more of a focus, maybe a kind of a retrospective look at what went on, why did it happen, what was the thing, the catalyst for where you are now. But perhaps more from a physical perspective, perhaps some of that stuff is starting to come to the surface a little bit again. Perhaps there are a few reminders creeping in, maybe some of the physicalities of this tower card, like what what has come around physically in the world now that didn't exist before because that tower fell. So I really think that you're being asked to look at that tower moment, that time that things came crashing down, and recognize, you know, what's the physical stuff that's changed? What does the new tower look like now? And how far have you come from that old tower to that new tower, right? So yeah, interesting to know what that's about. Libra. Oh, hello Libra. I've just dropped all the cards on the floor. Right. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, Libra. Time to take a gamble, perhaps? Time to gamble on the game of life, that is. If you think about the Wheel of Fortune as a game, you spin it and you could get something nice, like these lovely golden things, or you could get something not so nice, like this devil or this snake. But it's time to take a risk or a gamble, I think, this week. You have to play the game of life, otherwise you are not going to, you know, high risk, high reward. So it's all right to take a gamble this week, okay? Whether it works out or whether it doesn't, you'll either get the thing that you want or you'll get a wonderful life lesson that you can learn and grow from. So I think that it's just time to take a bit of risk and reward this week. Cancerians. Temperance reversed. Oh, my friend Wendy Budd, who is a medical herbalist, is opening a new medical herbal centre for trainees and also a nice cafe in Gosport if you live near me, and it is called Temperance. So that will be opening next month, I believe. Right, Temperance card in reverse. So this is a, when you see the wind character, I mean, for me, that always represents something more divine going on for you. And this is a major arcana card, so it perhaps certainly is something a little more major than a minor arcana card. When we see here the pouring water from cup to cup, that's about restoring balance in the world, but your own balance, and that sense of nurturing from all angles. There's also a change of terrain here, so we've got the land and then dipping the toes into the water, and this nice sun over the mountains at the back. So really, there's a lot going on there, but it's very much from this place of finding good inner balance, because it's reversed. Good inner balance, good nurturing of the self, but nurturing of the soul and the spirit and the mind, not necessarily nurturing in the physical world. So there's a real kind of sense of temperance about it, a sense of starting to feel in balance and in ease. Scorpio. We have got the Five of Cups in reverse. So this looks a little sad. 5 tends to be a little bit of a disruptor. So we've got 3 cups spilled over, 2 cups upstanding, and then this kind of black cloaked person here just looking a little bit sad. In this reverse position, and with the other cards that we've already talked about, the 3 general energy cards, I think it's okay to, even though things are feeling better and getting better, and you're looking like, you know, you're kind of heading towards this new tower, it's still okay to feel sad about some things. Like, just because you know, sadness is deemed like this negative feeling doesn't mean that it has to be negative. Doesn't mean that you have to fix it. It's okay just to be sad when you feel sad, and that's all right. So I do think there's a case of kind of a reflection perhaps on what am I missing out on because that old tower's fallen, and then, which is these cups down, and then over here, like, actually what am I holding on to that feels good and that is growing and is blossoming. So I think there's an opportunity here just to recognize, just because you feel sad doesn't mean that you're going backwards, doesn't mean that things aren't going right. It's just a valid emotion, and it's okay to feel sad about things that happened in the past. You don't need to fix that or justify that, you know, just embrace the feeling. And then Pisces. We have got the 3 of Pentacles here. When you look here, I don't know if you're very good at asking for help, Pisces, but you need to ask for help. Here you are stepping up on this bench and instructing those 2 people to get yourselves out of the darkness, right? It's just a time to ask for help. It's quite simple, this card. It's just literally who are your team around you, who can you rely on for support, kind of get out of your own way of your ego and just ask for help and support and uplift. Get your team helping you out, working for you as well. All right, that's all the signs. I hope that what you heard resonated for you. If you'd like to leave me a message or like, follow, subscribe, share, all of those things we do on social media to support these platforms, I really appreciate it. If you'd like a private reading, visit me at lvlife.com. And until I see you next week, have a wonderful week, enjoy the solstice weekend, and take care. Bye-bye.